How do you feel about being depicted? Because I draw people I know all the time, and sometimes I'm like, maybe they don't want me to be drawing them all the time. Because I don't know how I'd feel if somebody drew me.
It kind of reminds me of, you know, the quote that you showed me that was like, if you want to be loved, you have to go through the intolerable humiliation of being seen. What was it called?
The mortifying ordeal of being known.
Mortifying ordeal of being known.
Tumblr's favourite quote from that goat email.
Yeah, that has that kind of energy to it a little bit.
Okay.
Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's horrible that Megan can actually see me.
Oh god. Yeah, sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I do.
People are like, because you kind of think like, I think most of us go around like not looking too closely at things. So I'm like very confident with like how I look based on the assumption that people are going to pay like maybe 40% of attention to my, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Based on how a normal person walks around the world,
Yeah.
like perceiving others.
Yeah.
I'm like, I look great because I'm a little bit blurry.
Yeah, because you're standing over there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do
or
look
even if you're very
over here.
close, like you're kind of like, you know, you're taking in the whole sort of scenery, and
Yeah.
you know, you're thinking about your dinner.
There's mise en scène.
There's on scène. I'm in motion. Like, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot of hand gestures.
You're thinking about what I'm saying. You're like, you know, visually conceiving of thoughts. So it's just really wild, and I'm like, oh crap! Like, Megan's like actually gonna know what I look like.
I know exactly. She's heard this all the time as well. I like, especially when you like filmed me at the start. I was like, oh no, Frig's gonna look at that a lot, and then she's gonna know what I look like.
But it's just like funny because like I noticed like in drawing as like a mindfulness thing. Like when I was in Turkey, there was this, like when I first arrived, I just had like the most intense culture shock, and like I didn't feel like I physically was anywhere. Like the first night I was like, this is great, and the second day I was just like, what's happening? And I was like fine, like I wasn't upset, but I was just like kind of dissociating a bit. I was really, because I was just kind of walking around trying to like get a grip
Feeling
of the
really
place.
out of place at a time.
And the more I walked, the less of a grip I had. I bought a notebook and I sat down and I started drawing little details to just kind of like download my soul back into my body.
It really works.
Yeah.
It really does. Like,
but it was so it blew my mind that like I couldn't see anything unless I was drawing it.
oh yeah, I feel like that all the time. Like, you really
Yeah.
like see stuff more
Yeah.
than you would. And like, I have like, I don't know, like I have like bad far away, like seeing things far away vision, and like I didn't get glasses for like 2 years because I just didn't realize that I needed them. And I think I just have never, like, I'm bad at focusing on things that are far away. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
like, I have to really decide to focus on them or whatever. So when I'm drawing, I like really see stuff that's there, whereas I can kind of I can kind of live in a like haze, even though I'm always wearing my glasses. But like I don't know, like sometimes I'm not, I just feel like I'm not, I definitely don't notice things as much as other people. Like my perception is really bad, like my peripheral perception, not because my like actual eyesight is bad, but just my brain is just like doesn't take it in as much anymore, because there was 2 years where it was like, you can't see that shit anyway, so we're not even gonna like try with that. So I think it's really good for that, because it's like you can, like, you're really looking at this window now, you know.
Every time you go past it again, like you really feel like, I know that one.
I know that one. I know that one now. I can see it and see it more clearly because I've drawn
like
it.
these buildings that I drew in Turkey, and they're now past maybe like, okay, now I really know where I am. Like, this is bringing me back into the moment.
It really solidifies it as a space.
I think filming really does this, and that's I think why people get a bit freaked out. Or like, I just think it's funny because people don't think that filming or editing is like a very emotional thing, and you can tell how I feel about someone from how they're being filmed.
Yeah, you can.
And it's really weird. And people, but I think that's true a lot of the time. Like, I think a lot of people, like, you see it on Instagram, you see people taking really beautiful pictures of their friends, even people who aren't really interested in photography. I think like it's more evocative than we give it credit for sometimes.
I think you're right. That takes a lot, because it's I always think it's easiest to draw someone when you either like do not know them or know them extremely well. Like, it has to be one or the other. If you like kind of know them, then it's like it's very hard to get a likeness.
Yeah.
Because you're like, that's not quite right, but also I don't know them well enough to really nail it. Whereas, and if you don't know them at all, you're just seeing them as like parts. Do you know what I mean? Or like planes and like stuff. So then you can like get a likeness really well. But yeah, I don't know.
Just kidding, Bobby. Do not stop by.
Bobby, stay the fuck away from me. Bobby, you have close contact with 3 different women. Stay the fuck away from me. One of them's a flight attendant.
kidding. He was
Bobby, more like Bobby, back the fuck up.